Hello and welcome from me. My name is Myra and from my little cat. Thank you so much for all your lovely comments and everyone who has watched my last video and everyone who has subscribed. I'm very thankful for all your love. And a lot of you asked if I could include my cat a little bit more, and here she is, a little bit sleepy. But this is not what the video is about. I asked you in my last video if you would like to see a video about all my knits I have made in the past 2 years or so, and a lot of you wanted to see such a video. So here it is. It is a little bit longer, but I hope you enjoy it and grab your knits, a cup of tea or coffee, and just hang along with me. And I wish you a lot of fun watching this video, and thank you so much that you are here. So let's start with this sweater. This is a Novice Sweater by Petit in the size S, and it's knitted with cos yarn from Sandnesgarn. It's an alpakka and nylon blend, and this was my first ever sweater I have knitted. So this one has a lot of mistakes in it, and I didn't make a good job in weaving in the ends, and that's very visible. But I still love the sweater and I have worn it a lot. So I made this sweater in autumn 2020, I believe. And this is a top-down sweater, so you start on the top and then knit in rounds. And I made a terrible mistake in the beginning, because you're knitting the yoke in rounds, and then there was like a centimeter number, and I knitted a centimeter, and then I knitted again the amount of centimeters. So I knitted it way, the yoke was way too long, and I needed to rip it back, but I finished one day. And I really like the sweater, and that it's very neutral in this white color. I think it's a white color because I wanted a beige sweater, I remember, and the cos yarn was everywhere sold only beige. So I decided to go with the white yarn instead. And it's a very neutral and great color to have in the wardrobe. But the yarn is pulling quite a lot, and it's probably not yarn that I would choose again. I don't know. I don't like it that much, but I like the sweater, and that's the most important. So this is the Novice sweater, and it's the same in the back and in the front, so you can wear it the way you want because it doesn't have any German shirt rows or something. And it's a very beginner friendly project, I would say. I mean, it was my first sweater, and probably will be used too if you're new to knitting. But I have another good beginner friendly suggestion later on, so stay tuned. So the next one is this No Fruit sweater by Petit in the size S. As you can see, it's way shorter than the original pattern, because I would like to wear it over, like here on skirts or over dresses, because especially with sweaters I felt like they're really long over dresses. In skirts I can just prop them in the front and it looks good, but I didn't have anything to wear over dresses. So I made this No Fruit sweater in this beautiful beige grayish color, and it is made with 1 string of Arwetta from Filicolana in the color light beige, I think it is, and then with 1 strand of silk mohair from isager. And it was a little bit more grayish because I ordered the yarn online. I thought, just looking at the pictures, that they would match perfectly, but they're a little bit different. It's now a little bit grey and beige color mix, but I still really like it, and it feels so luxurious and soft, and So I'm really looking forward to knit more sweaters in merino and silk mohair, because this is just such nice quality. Yeah, so the sleeves are a little bit more balloon sleeves, because yeah, I knitted the body and then I started for the sleeves and I was so excited. I just knitted and knitted, and then I read an instruction like how long you need the sleeve to be, and then I read that I need to decrease also. So normally you start decrease, I think, right at the beginning when you knit the sleeve, and I started about here, so in the middle of the sleeve, and that made it a little bit more balloony. Yeah, and then just decrease the rest of the stitches on the cuff, or before I started the cuff. But yeah, I really like how it turned out, and yeah, it's a really nice sweater. It's very much stockinette stitch, and it was quite nice that I didn't need to knit that long, because it can get quite boring. But yeah, one day I will knit another one. It's a great morning project on the train, just knitting stockinette stitch, and don't need to think about anything. But yeah, this is the No Frills sweater. And yeah, I told you in the last video that I am working as a fashion designer, or I'm working with pattern design and fabric design, and I'm also doing like these small labels, or washing labels normally, that matches to the fabrics where I work. Yeah, for everyone who does not know it, I am working at filicolana design in Uppsala, Sweden. And yeah, so this is like a little wool label, because we're also selling some wool fabrics, and this just matches perfectly also with knits. So I have it in a few knits. I have this little sheep handle with cat labels, and I just thought I would show you because I think they're very cute. And yeah, I will add the link in the information box down below with all the patterns, and yeah, also all the wool names and colors that I remember. And yeah, let's just continue with the video, because my next knit is this Novice Cardigan mohair edition. As you saw before, I knitted the Novice Cardigan. It is a very simple construction. You just knit the yoke in rounds and increase while knitting rounds. So it's very beginner friendly, and now I have knitted the cardigan. My first ever cardigan actually, and I have just finished it in May this year. And it's probably one of my most worn garments. Because it's just so practical, you can just wear it over everything, and I just love it. I didn't like the process that much, because you knit and purl the whole body, and yeah, then knit the sleeve in the round, and then you attach like this button band. And I didn't like the knit and purl part that much, because it's very slow and I have a different tension when I knit stockinette stitch and purl stitches. But yeah, because it turns out so great and I really love it, I will definitely need to go through the process again and knit another cardigan one day. Yeah, but this is a Novice Cardigan by Petit mohair edition, sorry. This is the tynn silk mohair by Sandnesgarn in the color light beige. This is, I think, the mohair that I bought the most, because I really like beige colors, especially light beige. Yeah, and then I have buttons from Petit herself, because I really liked the style. So yeah, you can also button up the buttons, and I actually wear this cardigan closed and opened a lot, because yeah, you can also just tuckle it in, and it's looking really nice. This is the next sweater. It's really warm today, so it's it's a little bit of a hassle just wearing all the big knits, and I just took them out of my winter wear. But yeah, so this is the Lousiana Sweater by Petit, and this is another beginner friendly pattern I would show you if I would be in this situation again, knitting my first ever sweater. I probably would have chosen this pattern, because this one is a lot thicker wool and you use a lot thicker needles, and I think this was one of my fastest sweaters I have made, because I think it didn't take me 2 weeks to complete the whole sweater, and it just went so quick because yeah, you have big needles, quite chunky wool, and yeah. The color is a little bit untypical for me actually. I made a yarn swap. Yeah, it's change. I did like a little exchange box or something before when I lived in Germany with some other creative persons, because I think it's really fun, or exchanging some stickers or something. And this time I decided to exchange some knitting related content and some wool. So I made an exchange with Anna's Isager, is her name on Instagram. I will also put her Instagram name in the description box. But yeah, we did a yarn exchange, and I got this borstad alpakka yarn from Sandnesgarn in the color light yellow, and yeah, she recommended to knit the Lousiana Sweater, and this is what I did. And then, because yeah, I was a little bit unsure about the color, I thought I would try out something else, and I embroidered these flowers, and I bought like an embroidery guide and also very small balls of embroidery yarn from Rauma garn, and yeah, I think it turned out really cute. Let me tell you, this sweater is so thick. It's definitely not something for summer, and it's definitely not something for warm spring or autumn days, but in winter when it's really cold, I mean, this is genius. This is the best thing I want to wear. So I probably need to do another one in another color one day, and yeah, I'm not sure if this color will stay in my wardrobe forever, because I don't know, I think it turned out nice, but it's just not my color. I'm not feeling that good in the color just. But yeah, I really like this sweater. So this was the Lousiana Sweater. So the next one also has a little wool level in the sweater again. And yeah, I already told you about this sweater. Let me put it on. Because this one is my first ever colorwork sweater I made, and I told you in my first knitting podcast episode that you can watch after this video. Let me just start with the pattern. This pattern is from this Sandnesgarn magazine, because you can also buy patterns on their website or magazines with a lot of great patterns in it. Here it's about Norwegian icons and a lot of Norwegian colorwork patterns and so on. The only thing that you need to do is you only can get the pattern if you're buying also the wool from them. So I decided I would try it out, and I bought the pattern, and I bought alpakka wool from Sandnesgarn for this project in a grey and in a rusty color. And yeah, this is my first ever colorwork sweater, and this was knitted bottom up. And yeah, so I first knitted a lot of stitches, centimeters, cuffs in the grey color. I have started this sweater last summer, actually on midsummer. This was my project on the midsummer weekend, and I finished it on the 1st of January, so that took me quite a long time, but yeah, in between I needed a little bit of breaks also, because the yarn is quite thin. The sweater turned out quite small. I didn't swatch anything, so I'm not sure if the sweater is supposed to be in this size, because I bought needles and everything, and I didn't have that many needles yet, so I thought no, I would just try it. I don't want to change the needle size, even if it doesn't match. So I just started directly with the sweater, so this is probably my fault. But yeah, because the yarn was so thin, the yoke is also quite tight, because my loops from the colorwork quite tight, and I tried to block it, and yeah, I can do everything. But yeah, I don't know if you can see it. It's also a little bit, yeah, I don't know. It's not that beautiful up here. But yeah, I still wear it not that often. But and it's also a bit, I said also in the last video, I can be quite sensitive of woolly squishy wool, and actually this one is a little bit squishy, so this is quite close to my neck, and yeah, it's a little bit squishy. So this is, yeah, this happens when you just can get the pattern if you're ordering there, and then you have the yarn suggestions. But I never felt the yarn before, so this is such a pity, because I could have probably chosen another wool and it would have been more wearable for me. But I'm still very proud of this project. The yoke was a very advanced knit for me. It took a lot of time. I knitted and ripped back and knitted again, because yeah, you needed to be just, if one stitch was wrong, you just needed to go back the whole row. But yeah, it's finished, and this is how it looks. So yeah, really exciting to show you the colorwork sweater. Let's get into some other tops and t-shirts, and we will start with the slip over. This is the Friday slip over by Petit, and yeah, you see, I knit a lot of petit knit patterns because it's easy to get the yarn, and she just have really beautiful designs. But if you have a favorite pattern maker, just let me know in the comments. I really like to test some other ones, and yeah, support also some more small business. But this is this Friday slip over. It is knitted in Sunday from Sandnesgarn and tynn silk mohair, again in my favorite light beige color. It is knitted in a broken rib stitch, and this was really fun because yeah, this was probably my second or third garment, so this is really one of my beginner projects, and this had a lot of new techniques for me. The broken rib, then you start in the back, and then yeah, you knit the back first, and then you knit the shoulders, and then you join it around under the arm. And yeah, I don't know what exactly happened, but I have a little visible line on the back where I tried to take up stitches again. As I said, it was one of my favorite garments, so this happens, and I have learned a lot of it. Also, the rib of these arms and the neck, or especially the arms, they are a little bit loosely and don't, yeah, they look wonky. So yeah, next time it hopefully will be better. But yeah, slip overs, I really like them. They look nice on a t-shirt when it's a little bit chillier but still warm. Yeah, or also on long sleeve shirts. And I actually have another one, a Friday sweater with the v-neck that I bought second hand. So yeah, it's really fun to have two, but I'm sure I will knit a few more in the future because I really like to wear them. Yeah, this was the Friday slip over. The next one is this beautiful rib top. It is called Soy Top and is from Paula M. It is available in English and German. If you don't know her patterns yet, she really makes beautiful patterns and describes them very, very detailed and well, and especially when you're a little bit new to a lot of things, I think they're just perfect. I really love to knit her patterns. Yeah, so this is the Soy Top. It is knitted with duo from Sandnesgarn. It is a wool, or merino wool and cotton mix, and it's actually a little bit scratchy. I didn't sort it, but I'm still wearing it and it's working out fine. It's also quite thick for a summer knit, I would say. It knitted up quite fast. This was positive, but it's also a little bit warm. And on days where I'm wearing top it's really warm. So yeah, it's probably not the best wool for the pattern, but it was recommended in the pattern. So I tried it out. It is made in the color black, that's probably why you can't see that much. Yeah, and then it has an I-cord on the arms or the sleeve and on the neck. This was really fun for me because it was also the first time knitting an I-cord, and yeah, I really like how it turned out, and I can really recommend the pattern. Probably will knit it in another yarn next time, but yeah. Next up is my camisole number 2 from my favorite things knitwear that I have also worn in my last knitting podcast. This is a camisole I made actually this spring, but I have bought the pattern and the yarn last year, but yeah, didn't have time to do this because I made another one that I will show you soon. But yeah, this is camisole number 2. It is made by, with Knitting for Olives Cotton Merino in the color Natural White, and yeah, it has a rib pattern. This is knitted bottom up, and then you first knit the body and then you knit the triangles for the bust and for the back. Yeah, really love this camisole. This is also one of my most worn knits, I would say, and I would love to do it in another color as well. So I said I didn't have time to knit it last summer because I have knitted the camisole number 4 by my favorite things knitwear, and yeah, I think you have seen the both tops everywhere already, but they're just really beautiful patterns. I've learned a lot, and it was really fun doing this because yeah, we started with triangles and it was really fun to try something new, and the stitch I already knew from the Friday Slipover, and yeah, so it was really fun, fast knit because yeah, you don't need any sleeves, and great learning project, and also great for summer. This is knitted in Knitting for Olives Pure Silk in the color Rust, I believe it's called, or Copper or something, and yeah, I really like the color. Next up is the Anka Summer Blouse. It's also, I think, a very beginner friendly pattern because you knit the yoke in round. Summer Blouse pattern is by Petit. She also has, like, I think in English it's a summer shirt, in German it's a summer blouse, and she also made another update, I think, afterwards, where you have where you knit with thinner yarns, but this is a little bit, the version with a little bit thicker yarn. The only problem I have, and I have the same one with my second, that the neck is just, it is huge. It's really big. I didn't saw the problem on her pictures. I bought some thin elastic yarn, I would say, and that I will probably insert it in the first rows and probably will make it a little bit better because this is, yeah, just a little bit too big for my taste, and it's also quite long. I can't see it. Yeah, I wouldn't knit it that long anymore. You will see my second version is way shorter, but this is another reason. But yeah, so this is knitted with linen yarn from Sandnesgarn. It's cotton, rayon and linen blend, and yeah, a really great yarn for summer knits. And this is knitted in the color Kit, so like a white tone, like a dirty white, or cream white or something. But yeah, I still like it a lot. So this is the second Anka summer shirt. It is the same pattern, it is the same yarn, but in the color beige, I believe. I will see if I can find the correct color number and put it in the description box. And yeah, as I said, I knitted this one shorter. I also knitted the sleeves a little bit shorter, I believe. And the reason for it was because I also wanted to wear it over dresses, not over dresses, over skirts. So yeah, I wanted to have it a little bit shorter. But as you can see, it's working also with trousers that are sitting a little bit higher in the waist. Yeah, so this is the second one, and I actually like this one really much as well. If you have seen my knitting podcast that I published last week, and it's my first video ever, you have seen this piece already. If you haven't watched it yet, here is my Rauma t-shirt. It is from this book. It's like knitting and natural dyeing, and yeah, it includes also quite beautiful pattern. So the yarn is the Mondim yarn. It is 100% Portuguese wool. It is from the Trosaria Rosa Pomar, and they are producing their own wool, and had also a very nice shop in Lisboa in Portugal, where I got the wool from, but I have also seen them in other stores in Sweden and so on. So I think they are quite good available. But yeah, this is the wool I use for the t-shirt, and as I said in my last video, it is probably not the best yarn for a summer project or a short sleeve project, but yeah, because it's really warm. But I hope I can wear it a little bit more in fall, and otherwise I would just use it as a layer piece in winter. Yeah. So the next knit I would like to show you, I have actually never showed the internet before. Why? I actually don't know, because I really like the project, and I think it turned out really well. But I have never shown it on Instagram, and it's such a pity. So you're the first one seeing it, and maybe when it gets cooler I will also share it on Instagram. This is the project. It is a skirt, a ribbed skirt, and it turned out so beautiful. It is the Rauma skirt. I saw it on Instagram and I directly know I need to do this project. Rauma skirt by Millefred Knitwear. It was an English pattern. I will put the link to the pattern in the instruction box. And yeah, so you knit like stockinette stitch for the waistband, and there's also elastic band inserted, and then you just knit rib forever. It's quite long, and then it has a beautiful slit in the back. I will show you some footage of me wearing it very soon. It is knitted in alpakka wool from Sandnesgarn in a beige color. It's a really warm project, and actually I always liked the store-bought skirts like this, and yeah, now I have a handmade skirt, and this is such a fun project. But it was also a lot of rib and a perfect trade project for me, where I just was tired, especially in winter time where it's dark, like the whole way on the way to work and the whole way back. You can't look out of the window because it's just black. Let me show you how it looks like when I'm wearing it. Okay, let's get into accessories. My first accessory I made is the North set. It's a scarf in different colors, and then it has like a matching beanie. This is a pattern set from Petit, and it is made in Sunday yarn from Sandnesgarn. It's the olive green color for the greens, and I have it in the scarf 2 times, and on the beanie. Then it's a light grey, brown sugar, and this is, I think, cream or kit or something, and then it has the light beige as well. And this scarf, I love this scarf. It's just, I really love the color combination, and it's long. It took me forever. It's knitted with, I think, 3mm needles, and you knit it in a round. Each color is 1 ball of yarn, and so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls of yarn for the scarf, and then the beanie went really fast. And yeah, I put a little label with my name on it. It's like Myra, my first name, and then it's O from my last name. the first letter of my last name. That makes the name Maira O, or Pierre. And this is also why I called my whole design. I actually knitted this set before my first sweater, so this was, I think, my summer project in 2019, because I have knitted a scarf, or I have knitted a few scarves. I have one scarf left I knitted before, and then I made a pair of socks, and then I made this set. And this made me come really into knitting. Yeah, still love the project. There are a few mistakes here and there, but I still love the color combination. And then another fun project I knitted was these mittens, basic mittens by Paula M as well. As I told, I really like patterns because they are very easy to follow. And these were my first ever mittens I made. The wool for the mittens I had in my advent calendar. I'm doing an advent calendar every year with my mother and sister, and always a lot of fun, getting a lot of great and fun stuff in it, because you can open a package of them every third day. And yeah, I got quite a bit of wool in it. And this is a Lana Grossa baby alpaca yarn, combined with tynn silk mohair from Sandnesgarn in the rust color. I don't know if I've used it somewhere before, but yeah. I also started a headband matching to these ones, but I ran out of the tynn silk mohair, and then it got summer. And now when I ordered from Sandnesgarn, they didn't have the yarn in stock. But yeah, so these are the mittens. They actually turn out quite small. It's probably the wool combination and the width I knitted, and also the length. But it's actually quite nice, because I have another mittens I will show you soon. They are a little bit wider, so I have a little variety in my closet to wear. And yeah, they're really soft and warm, and yeah, it was a fun project, and it was so excited because I was knitting it the first time, and they had some new stuff going on, and then it's going so fast because it's just a very small project. So this is really fun, I think. So yeah, some basic mittens. My mom visited me the first time in Sweden in November. What was it? It must be November 2019, yes. Because I moved here in summer 2019, and I had started a sweater that is not existing, because I started it and knitted it a bit, and yeah, it just didn't turn out well, let me say. She tried to solve the problems I had, but we decided to rip it up, and the wool is, or it was like cotton yarn. It's still in my stash, and yeah, let's see if I will create someday something with it. But then I got a little bit into knitting mode, even if it didn't work well with the sweater, and so we went to the wool shop because it was November, it was cold, it was cozy, and we wanted to knit together. And we bought some drops Nepal yarn in this beige color and in the cream white color. And let me show you. So, and in the end I made like a little stripe and ended the scarf with the cream color to just give it a little bit of contrast. But yeah, it's quite a long scarf. I can put it on in a minute. But yeah, so my mother, she decided to knit these mittens for me that were also in the Christmas calendar afterwards. Really fun and nice to have yeah, matching mittens. She came up with her pattern herself. She looked a little bit around on Pinterest on which yeah, color work she wants to do, and that she just started knitting. But yeah, so these ones are a little bit wider, I would say, than the other ones I made, but they're also really warm because of the color work. It's just doubled wool, and yeah, so nice. I really love them, and I have worn them, yeah, 3 winters now, and they're still looking really, really good. Yeah, I promised you to put on the scarf, even if it's like about 30 degrees in here. But yeah, so it's like really chunky and big here, and then you have like really long ends, and I just love it. On the trip I also bought some sock wool, and my mother started the cuff of the sock, so it just made the cast on because this was quite difficult for me in the beginning. And yeah, it was in November, as I said, and I think I haven't knitted the socks before spring. But then someday I just felt like, now I'm ready to knit socks, and then I started to knit the socks and it went out really fine. But before I just had a little hassle. I was, no, I can't do it, I don't know how to do it. And yeah, so if you're a beginner, I always felt like I don't understand the knitting thing. I don't know how you can just, with needles and yarn, create clothes, and how this will work. I mean, there's still a lot I need to learn, and there's still a lot I don't know, but I feel more secure and more, yeah, I know a little bit more what I'm doing. And this is really fun, and it's, yeah, like I want to experiment a little bit more and try out new yarns and probably try out a little bit of patterns myself, and so on. But yeah, let's see what the future brings. And then I have a very small accessory. It is this Yoli scrunchie from Miller Fried Knitwear that were the same pattern design as the skirt, and it is knitted with 2 strings of mohair. I used the tynn silk mohair, and it was a rust yarn. And yeah, there is a rust color I need for the headband, but I knitted this before I finished the headband. I know, don't do this. Yeah, and then the second string is of a light beige, because yeah, you know, I have a lot of light beige going on, and I have some leftovers. And I have knitted another one that my sister had in her advent calendar in a green mohair, and it was just 2 strands of the same color. But yeah, they're really nice. I really like to wear it, and probably would also another beige one with some more leftovers. Yeah, really nice small pattern for leftover scripts. Then I have another almost matching set. This was not the idea of it, but yeah, let us start with the Cara beanie. It is also a pattern from Paula M. And this is knitting like in a tube. You knit like this, and it's the same here, and then you're turning the one half into another one and stitch them together on the top, and this makes the beanie very, very thick. So when you have the cuff, it's like 4 layers of knitted fabric. And so I have worn this one a lot last winter, almost every day actually, because it's my warmest beanie of all. Sadly, I don't remember the yarn I used, but it has to be some kind of merino wool in a light beige that I probably got at my local yarn store. I don't remember it. But yeah, really can recommend the pattern, really warm and great. So, and now I found that this scarf and this beanie matches actually quite well. This is a scarf I knitted for my boyfriend, just in, how you say, it's like knitted only right stitches, and then you turn it and you knit right stitches again. I'm actually not sure how you call it in English, but yeah, very, very simple scarf. Just I have just used up all the yarn I got. The same here, I don't know which yarn I have used. Yeah, but it's matching quite nice with the beanie. Probably I need to steal it a little bit in winter time because he's not wearing it that often. So yeah, easy scarf. And then I have two last accessories. One is the Sophie scarf. I have already showed you this in my last video. It's made with a baby alpaca. It's called Ilo Yarn 2 something from Tantholder. It was a little shop in Lund where I was on I had 2 days of holidays there and stopped by the wool shop and bought the yarn. It's a very, very soft yarn and was perfect for the Sandnesgarn from petit. It is in the longer version and you can wear it around the neck quite nicely. Check out my other video if you want to see a closer look on it, or on my Instagram account. I will put my Instagram name and link into the description box. Really soft, really beautiful yarn in a beige color. I have one fun project. I have knitted this one, I think it was almost 2.5 years, because this is a nissehue by petit. It's like a Christmas beanie and because I remember the pattern was not available in English, German or Swedish, so I bought the pattern in Norwegian. And at this time, because I have lived like half a year in Sweden, my Swedish wasn't that good yet, and especially not my Norwegian. I think now it would work better, because Norwegian and Swedish and also Danish, when you read it, it's quite close, so you can understand quite a lot. But yeah, this is probably the reason why the shape of my beanie is this Christmas beanie is probably not the same like petit ones, but let's be honest, it was like a photo prop. It's a fun thing for Christmas pictures and everything, so it wasn't anything I was wearing every day. So this, yeah, it's like just a fun product. And this is also knitted in alpakka wool from Sandnesgarn. I think this is the same wool as my colorwork sweater. And then I also have some socks and some teeny tiny knits I want to show you as well. I will first start with the everyday socks from petit. These socks I showed you in my last episode as well. These are made with a marlin white sock yarn from Lana Grossan, and it's this beautiful tweed sock yarn. I have made a black pair with sock yarn called Berg from Tynn. It's a Danish shop that I also visited on my holidays in Denmark. And yeah, it's really, really soft. It's actually pilling quite a lot, and I haven't worn them that much. And they have grown a lot in size also. Yeah, but very, very soft yarn and really nice to knit with. And then I have also made a pair in a light beige in Arwetta from filicolana as well. And this is also very, very soft sock yarn. Then I have some ribbed socks. Let me show you my first ever socks. They are not looking that nice because they are pilling a bit. So these were my first ever socks. These are like this blue color, and they have ribbed calf, and then the foot is in stocking stitch. This way is how my mother always knits socks. So this was my first pair, and just following her instructions because she writes down a little pattern for me. And going on with this pattern, I decided to do like all over ribbed socks, and I actually really love how they turn out. These socks I'm wearing a lot. These are made with a sisu sock yarn from Sandnesgarn. The yarn from the blue socks are probably original sock yarn, but I'm actually not sure. But yeah, this is sisu sock yarn from Sandnesgarn. Really beautiful color in a beige. Again, perfect. And then I made the same with the ribbed pattern. Again in sisu, it's like a golden brown or something, how it's called. Gyllenbrun, it's called in Swedish. And then I have one pair of socks that is a little bit different. I like to call them my spring socks. They are made in sisu garn as well, in a cream color and then in this lilac color. And this is my first ever pair of socks, or first ever garment or knit project with some like some pattern in. And this was a really fun project, and it turned out really nice, I think. I had just only one ball of the cream yarn, and it just was enough. I think I had 10 centimeters left or something, so this was perfect. These are actually like, I got this magazine or pattern description. I also got it from my mother. I don't know where she got it from, probably also from a local yarn shop, and they have like a lot of fun sock patterns, and this is also a pattern from this little magazine. And then I have one sock, and this pattern is also from this one I made last year. It's a little bit of a different rib pattern, and it's also like the leftovers of the gyllenbrun, this gold brown color, and then it's also this mild and white tweed sock yarn, but it's a thicker version, and sadly I ran out of yarn, so because I made another pair of socks. I don't have them here, but they were also ripped, and they were in this yarn, and this was just leftover I used for it, because the other ones are very, very big. I'm not wearing them that often, so I was probably rip them up and knit another pair of this one, because this is a very nice fitted and beautiful sock, I think. Just let me show you 2 more projects before we finally can finish up the video. I am very sorry that this one turned out so long, but I hope you can have some knits at your side and knit a little bit while watching this video. So like I said, I have some teeny tiny knits as well, because knitting needs also a lot of leftovers of yarn. You have something here, you have something there, and I thought I will just knit something up with the leftover yarns. The first one is these very, very tiny socks, and they are made with leftovers from the blue sock yarn from my first socks, and then I just made the stripe with some Sandnes yarn, and this was a free button. I actually don't remember where it was from, because I made this like a few years ago, but I still have some, so probably one day my children will wear them. I have no idea what side this is, but I think the turned out so cute. Or they are also quite cute as like Christmas decoration. Or my mother actually knitted me, this is also like a free, I think it was on Instagram, a free Instagram knit description of how to knit very tiny beanies from Paula M as well, and I have them on the Christmas tree always, so this is a fun way, and you can also do it with these tiny socks. But I think there are a lot of free patterns out there, and this one was probably in German, but so fun and cute, and it's just such a fast way to knit up your scraps. And this was in the beginning when I haven't knitted that much yet, so this was also a fun experiment. Petit knit also has a lot of baby knit patterns, and I knitted the seaside sweater from the seaside set. It has a button placket here. I actually didn't find buttons yet because my buttonholes are quite tiny. This was the first time knitting buttonholes. It was the spring, and it is made with sandnes yarn from Sandnesgarn. Help, this is difficult. In my light beige again, and in cream or white color. And this is so cute, I think. I think it's like a 2 to 4 months old size. 2 to 4 months size. I don't remember actually. But this was also just a fun way to learn how to knit stripes, how to knit them in a round, and a great learning project. And a great way to get rid of scraps and get some cute garments instead. Let's see if I will save it for my kids one day, or if it will be a present for somebody else one day. I think actually this was everything I have knitted so far. Yeah, I knitted some beanies and gave away to everyone I know. So yes, but obviously I don't have them because they were gifts. And then I knitted some socks here and there as Christmas gifts. Also a little bit more chunkier ones from Paula M. Yeah, I think it's called Basic Socks, really great pattern. And yeah, I think this was all. Thank you for staying that long and watching all my knits and me rambling just around, and I really hope you liked this video. It was not so long. As I said before, I hope you could knit a little bit while watching this episode, this video. I hope you have a great day, and yeah, have a look at my Instagram as well, and I hope I see you next time. Bye!